Hello, Libra. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. This is going to be for the 20th to the 26th of October. So let's dive in. Happy birthday to anyone who might fall around that time. Whose birthday falls around that time? Don't fall. Okay. If it even is still your season, I always wonder where it cuts off. I feel like it's like the 21st or 22nd. Either way, happy birthday, even if it's not around this week. I hope you had an amazing time. But anyway, you guys have the snake being your animal spirit for this week, and I'm going to read out to you what it means. So, this snake is a guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. So, that's really good news. And the book says the snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that the Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. All right, so when out of balance, this card says that you might be starting and stopping many things, and how to bring it into balance is Kundalini yoga and meditation. But when it's in balance, you become more prosperous, creative, and charismatic. So, where is your unawakened power? How are you maybe not living up to your potential, and how can you wake up that energy within you? Now let's dive in to your reading, my gorgeous Librans. Let's see. What message does Spirit have for you during this week? You got clean it up. That is about getting rid of things that are blocking your life and your life force energy. Look at this card. It's very dusty. All right. So maybe it's a good time to clear the air, right? So you can start taking control of your life. I always say with this card, there's a million things that I say with this card. Okay, hold on. Number one, becoming a leader of your life, right? It reminds me of the Emperor whenever I see a stag energy. It's divine masculine, which is about force, discipline, structure, routines. It's also about creation, right? Taking action, which is awesome. It's about taking control, of your life. Now, I say with this card also that you may have a lot of things that you've needed to do that you're delayed in. So, again, this is a time to start getting rid of the backlog of things that you have. Okay, as well, maybe it's a good time to clear it out, clear out the clutter that's going on around you and within you. It's time to clear it up. Could be a good time again of purging, right? Getting rid of those feelings or those emotions or those thoughts or those beliefs that might be blocking the way. And another thing that I say is sometimes this card comes up after an event in your life that's been quite, destructive. I always say the Tower. Sometimes it's not our fault what happens to us, of course, but it is our responsibility to clean it up and to move forward, to heal from it, right? To move forward, because the people who hurt you, the people who create mess in your life, most likely aren't going to do that for you. So it is about going, do you know what? It's not fair. And as a Libra, you probably are more sensitive to injustice. But I'm a leader in my life and I'm in control of my life moving forward, and I'm not going to let this mess get in my way. So it is about clearing the way. Because sometimes I feel like with this card, we can be like, oh, well, I didn't create this mess, so I'm not going to clear it up, right? I didn't break my heart, so I'm not going to heal it. I don't know. It's that kind of thing, like not letting something go, or just kind of, I always see like someone going, well, it's not my mess. But that is where you want to build. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I see. Clear the air, get rid of it, right? Write down what you want to say to someone. You don't need to send it to them, but time to burn it, right? Just time to get things out there, because when we see such a fog like this, it's stopping your ability to see beyond where you are right now, which might mean that your creativity is suppressed or unignited, I guess, that you're not able to see how far you can go, right? So you're stuck in this, I guess, tornado or this cloud. Time to clean it up. Time to clear up the mess. Time to do the inner work. Time to heal your trauma. Time to heal yourself. Time to look at it so you can then move forward. Okay, I'm out of breath. Like, I don't know why. All right, I got another card for you. Libra, let's see what's going on for you during this week. So taking control, taking the lead. And inflexible is an interesting one, because this card comes in when there is an ounce of change going on. I always see the wind blowing, and the wind is also change for me. But it means that there are things maybe outside your control, or things that Spirit says don't worry about. Be what's the word? Being flexible, Could be yoga, by the way, because you did have that with the snake. Could be a really good time to move your body, to work on your flexibility. So maybe you're getting more into fitness, or again, just moving your body more, which is incredible, by the way. But being flexible, I always say, is Spirit's way of asking you to compromise, right? You might feel like there's a specific way that you're going to get to where you're going to go, but Spirit's saying there's a better way. And if you just let go of the how, I'm going to take you to the what, which is your dream, your goal, what you want to bring to life, this egg. Okay? So let go of the how. Spirit's going to deal with that. You just need to focus on what you want right now and to clear up the backlog of things that you've left a mess or the mess in your life. Time to clean that up, because Spirit is going to do the rest. What they mean by that? Let's dive in. Let's get you a couple of chakra cards. For Libra, let's see what's going on. Dissipating. This is unawakened potential. Okay, this is saying that you're letting your life slip away from you. How can you use this time wisely? All right, so definitely calling your power back. Love that. You know, we live in a day and an age. I'm only 26, but I like to say that, where, I mean, technology is such a big thing. So maybe you guys are just stuck on your screens, doom scrolling on YouTube or wherever, you know, rather than living your life and taking those dreams and goals that you have and putting action into them, right? Sometimes it can feel overwhelming because, again, it's a lot of work. It's not just the fact of creating your dream or whatever. It might require a lot of things. But Spirit's saying the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. So there you go. Anyway, let's see what else. Just don't let life pass you by. All right, let's see. You have soulmate coming up. Now, this is a base chakra, which is your identity and how you show up in the world, and therefore, and how you see the world, and therefore how the world shows up for you. So I wonder if you can be your soulmate, and that might attract you in a soulmate. Let's clarify though. We'll see if someone specific pops up, because it could just be about people around you. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, victim is also on the bottom of the deck, which is what I was saying with the imagery of the clean up card. Where sometimes it's like, well, I'm not gonna, like, it's not my fault that this happened. Probably not. But whatever, like, it's your responsibility now to look after yourself, right? And to see it as that. Okay, let me breathe. Okay, let's dive into your tarot, okay, my angels. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, I don't know. All right, let's see. What messages do you have for my gorgeous Librans that are watching this video right now? What is the message? Two of Wands, which is a great card about expansion. So during this week, Spirit's really helping you during this time to think big, right? To think about your next step. Okay, maybe you got a bit comfortable where you are because you feel like to some degree you're in a comfortable place. But the Two of Wands is saying, think bigger than that. Don't let your life dissipate. You've got so much more time. Okay, look at that energy. That stag is in between the decision here, or the paths, and it's exactly what the clean up is about. The stag taking the lead. Interesting. So yeah, as I was saying, like, it could mean that maybe this is a time to think about what path you want to go down, or looking at the fact that the world is your oyster. Where do you want to go next? Okay. Remember the snake energy said maybe you usually stop and start things. So this is an amazing time to actually really think about where you want to go and to really fully put yourself into it, because the snake says that you have the potential to do so. Okay, anyway. Time to get rid of those things. Get rid of the apps if it helps you, right? Even just for a day or 2 days or a week, you know, if you want to see progress, or a month if you want to, just start small and gradually grow. Just get rid of the things that are distracting you, because that is really what this card is about. I mean, why wouldn't you watch TV? That's really nice. Everything in moderation, though. If it's consuming your life and creating, you know, untapped potential, it's time to consider what you're putting your time and energy into, and whether or not it's really good for you. Okay, as I said, everything in moderation. Oh, okay. Too much of anything will make you sick. That is a song. Okay. Anywho, what's going on for my Libras? What messages do you have for them during this week? Ace of Swords. It's time to address the truth. Now, remember how I said clean up could be about clearing the air? This is a really important time for communication if you need be. And the King of Wands is actually about you really putting your foot forward, being creative, right? Igniting that inner side of yourself who's a great leader, who's a great appearing project manager. Could be, if you have a project, it could really just be about bringing that to life. Maybe it's time to start speaking it into existence. Maybe it's the time to start putting it out there. Ace of Swords. Swords are usually about communication and also about thoughts. So maybe it's a really good time to, I don't know, tell people about what it is that you want. I don't know, speak it into existence. Let's figure it out. I'm going to clarify these cards. Some of you, if you're dealing with a fire sign or someone who's cheeky and charming, the soulmate card and Ace of Wands could suggest that this is someone who's going to communicate with you. Why is the Two of Swords here? Sorry, Two of Wands. Why is the Two of Wands here for Libra? The Two of Swords, so it is a decision. But will you make it, right? Because it's just like an idea sounds fun, but the Two of Swords, when it becomes more serious of like, okay, this is an actual choice now, I need to make a choice, it can get a bit more intense. King of Wands, trusting that you have what it takes to push through and to achieve those things. One more for the Two of Wands. The King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is saying that if you actually go for it, you can expand your wealth. Okay, that means your finances, that means your stability in life. You can grow this. But it's up to you if you want. Two of Swords. Eight of Cups. So your choice around growing and expanding is really about releasing things that don't serve you anymore. So in a way, it is, yeah, getting rid of old habits and stuff like that are not fueling your growth. Okay. And the King of Wands. King of Wands. Okay. Nine of Wands reversed. And Page of Pentacles. So this says come out of your shell. It's time to start investing in yourself. It's time to start learning something new. It's time to put that foot in first, you know, take the first step. It's time to do that. Nine of Wands usually represents someone who's a bit of a wounded warrior, a bit fearful of chaos happening, right? It's a bit of a belief system that comes up when you've been through a lot, right? Where it's like, I don't want to let my guard down just in case someone else does that, or just in case I fail again, or just in case I lose my job, or whatever it is. Whatever it is. The Page of Pentacles is kind of you being courageous, in the King of Wands of taking action and trusting that you'll be able to handle it. So letting your guard down a bit here. And again, if it's someone else around you, if it's again Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or someone who's cheeky and charming, then this could be someone who's letting their guard down, maybe after an argument with you, or someone who's been a bit like afraid to be in a connection with you, for example, and they're making an investment in you, they're wanting to offer you something more serious. Ace of Swords for Libra. What is this truth? Queen of Pentacles. So again, this could be in relation to your career, your finances, and to your abundance here. Could be a person. Judgment is about releasing, surrendering, and letting go. It's also, again, about truth, clarity, reconciliation. What is this truth? Temperance as well, which is about harmony. Again, reconciliation for some of you. Sorry, like I need to breathe. Like I'm just like, you know, just going crazy. But yeah, temperance is about taking that time out. Maybe it's about discovering the truth within yourself as well, that you are meant for great things, especially when it comes down to wealth. Okay, but some of you will be clearing the air. Page of Cups. That's an apology. That is heart-to-heart conversations being offered your way. And the Magician. Seems the Magician is coming through. The Magician has all the elements in front with the Ace of Swords. So your truth is really understanding that you are capable, right? Because the Magician is about your manifestation power. If you're able to see it and to feel it in your life, if you're able to visualize it, then you're able to have it in your hands. And I feel like that's your truth as well, especially when it comes down to your money, your career, your stability, having assets, whatever it is that you want. I feel like you're dealing with the inner feelings that maybe you do have, that you can't have that, or that it will be taken away from you, whatever it is. And again, as I've been saying, maybe you guys are deciding to clear the air to speak your mind, or just to write a letter and burn it. You don't always need the other person involved. So let's then see. So out of breath. I apologize, guys. I feel like it's just because I'm talking fast, but I can't slow down. So you guys don't get it. Because if I slow down, I'm going to miss the message. That just is what it is. Okay, any other messages for Libra? Nine of Pentacles, financial freedom, feeling stable, feeling strong within yourself. This is all about your independence. Doesn't mean that you don't need to have someone around you, but it means that you're okay on your own. Really loving life and how far you've come. So I love that for you. Right, clarify the Nine of Pentacles and why it's here for this week. So it comes up when you release and let go, right? That's to clean it up. Coming to the end of a difficult journey where there is a lot of work. So, okay, you might not get this week, the Nine of Pentacles, but it's what you're working towards. Because as I said, the clean it up feels like it really is to do with all this work that you still might have to do, all these tasks that you may have, you know, pushed aside for another day. Well, guess what? This week is the week to get it out the way so that you can really enjoy your own space and time. All right, maybe a little bit of a vacation or a bit of a time to yourself. Time off of work, for example, like just time to be because of all the work that you've done. Okay, well, I'm going to look at the soulmate card because it is there. I'm going to clarify some of these. We've already looked at clean it up. Let's dive into the dissipating card. Why is this here? The Nine of Cups. So this is saying an overindulgence. This is great for your own emotional fulfillment. She's pretty content and happy. Watching TV, of course. That's what it does. It's supposed to capture your attention. But sometimes the Nine of Cups can be overindulgence. Like I said, too much of anything can make you sick, okay? So just pay attention to what you might be overindulging. You can have a little bit of whatever it is, social media, YouTube, whatever it is, but just don't forget to live your life. And I went through that not so long ago. So really, it's important. Don't forget who you are. Sometimes we get so lost in a screen that we're like, forget that we actually have a life. Same with work, you know, like you have the same routine. Maybe it's time to bring more fire into it. Okay, and flexible. Page of Wands. This is being more fun, being more creative with your journey and your ideas. Not being afraid. So in a way, it's about letting go of that control a little bit and letting spirit do its thing whilst you're having fun at the same time. Seeing things in a more, I don't know, like when you think of children, because the pages are children, they just laugh at everything. Well, sometimes they cry, but it depends. Like it feels a little bit like having that innocence in you to not fear failure, but to just, I don't know, fall down, just laugh about it and get back up again, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, soulmate. Why is soulmate here for this week? Okay, well, the one card that definitely did fall out is the Fool. So some of you guys are going on a new journey, especially when it comes down to your identity, because remember, soulmate is about your identity. But it feels like this new journey is going to lead you towards a soulmate. If you are already with someone and they're your soulmate, then the Fool and the soulmate card together would represent that this is a new journey. So maybe you guys are having children, maybe you guys are moving in together, maybe you guys are just deciding you want to get your lives together, right? So you're starting together. All right, anything else for soulmates? Justice, balance. I'm hearing an agreement, shaking hands. Okay, some of you, this could also be contracts. Why am I out of breath? Okay, why is the Fool here with soulmates? Wheel of Fortune, this journey is gonna bring in fated events. All right, whatever this new journey is and this change within yourself, it's gonna really bring in some fated events down this journey. And Justice is your card, Libra. So it is about your identity, Six of Swords. So in terms of your soulmate connections, this is about moving towards calmer waters, moving away, leaving conflict behind, and gaining more balance in your relationships. Anything else for a soulmate? Ten of Swords. That is an ending of an old self or an old relationship, especially if someone has been sneaky in the past. This is about someone who's like breadcrumbing. not really listening to your needs, right? Not fulfilling your needs. Six of Cups is your past, and Fool again is that new journey, right? Away from disappointments. So Ten of Swords is really ending a cycle. That could be yourself again, like ending that version of yourself that allowed that to happen or allowed that person to be in your life or whatever, and forgiving that energy of yourself, but deciding, I'm not going to do that moving forward. I'm going to know who I am, know what I attract in. And it can also just be that referring to an old relationship, old soulmate relationship, really ending it, right? Bringing some balance into your life from that situation, stability, and moving on. Okie dokie, that's what I got for you, Libra. I wish you guys all the best. So sorry about me being out of breath during your reading. I'm gonna take a little mini break before I move on to the rest of the signs, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys like and subscribe. But aside from all that, I will see you guys next time.